gotten a book to try and fix something. Maybe it was, you know, a car part, or maybe you wanted to cook a new recipe. And the book looked really, really promising. And then it turned out to not have anything that you need. Well, I found that in this book called Unfuck Anxiety by Dr. Faith Harper. It was an Audible book that was included in the Audible membership. And I've been having a lot of problem with anxiety, and it's been affecting a lot of things in my life. So, Driving Ape sent it to me. It was like, hey, check this out. So I go and you start listening to it. And at first, it sounds great. It's tongue in cheek. It's funny, and it shows, some science, some chemical reactions, parts of the brain that are, incorporated in anxiety. It lists symptoms and behaviors. It even provides you with the Oasis anxiety scale, and reads out the questions on the scale, tells you how to do the checklist and everything. It was pretty good, but I kept hearing little buzzwords here and there, like white male privilege, and how there's nothing that affects a white educated man. Just like white educated men are less likely, or they will experience anxiety differently because of their privileges. And if you're in poverty, or you're in a marginalized group, then you're more likely to be mentally ill and less likely to have treatment for it. Very much subtly shitting on white men, very much victimizing marginalized groups, but doing it in a way that you could almost forgive, which is kind of terrifying. And as you get on to the book, she talks about how she was very pleased with how this book was received, despite the division and the hatred and the deep state racism, whatever the hell that is. And she even says that was probably why her book did so well, which is kind of weird. I don't know why you'd be okay with any kind of racism helping your book. But hey, so, cut that out. Sorry. I hate tickles in my throat. Cut that out. I'm not re-recording again. Cut that out. It's almost, like I said, this was very subtle. And then it started getting less subtle, to the point where I get to about halfway through the book and I hear the words, stress and anxiety are a direct result of Western ideology and capitalism. Now, these are a paraphrase, but it felt like her thesis in this book is that anxiety is caused by the philosophers of the 1800s, like, the pragmatists and everything, that were all about logic and suppressing emotion. And she's also blaming capitalism for anxiety. And I'm sitting there going, why do we need communist talking points and left-wing, fuck white men, they're privileged, and let's point out how privileged they are. Why does a book about anxiety need any of that? Why can somebody not pick up a book to try to better their lives without politics being shoved down their throat? And what's more scary is if somebody who isn't meshed into this sphere of, calling out nonsense from either side. This book very subtly influences the reader towards a very specific viewpoint. And it's very manipulative. And this doctor knew exactly what she was doing. And it's very, very disturbing. And it's very brainwashy. And I'm very disappointed that a book that I was very hopeful about and was actually enjoying turned out to be just basically a woke propaganda piece disguised in a mental health book. And I hate saying woke propaganda piece because I'm a fucking centrist. And that makes me sound like a right-wing crazy head. But that's literally what this book is. And it's sad and disappointing, and I'm not happy about it. I just want an apolitical book to help me figure out how to deal with anxiety. Is that so hard? Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this review content. Look for more reviews in the future and catch me streaming on Twitch every day. Thank you for watching.